Hello everyone and good morning to another episode of Aurogiri. So, you guys might have noticed that last night we had a maintenance announced. It was for PS4 and Xbox. If you were one of the few watching me stream last night, you'll know that I pretty much just stopped running stuff and we looked at this maintenance because it was like, oh, there's a maintenance tonight, and they said they're going to fix the exchange shop late this month. So we had people who would Facebook message them or Twitter them, you know, people in direct messaging with CyberStep customer support telling them about the issues. And I'm very, very, very proud of the community for raising a voice to CyberStep and saying, hey, you guys made a mistake on this issue. The exchange shop for Houou does not work. Can we get that fixed? And at first they took their usual stance where they say, no, like, the drops drop, they're just really rare, boost more. Not really, they didn't really say boost more, but they said they were incredibly rare drops. They said like, oh, well, we can't get record piece and these and all the old drops. Like, oh, they drop, it's just, they're really rare. It's like, yeah, they're really rare, you have to fucking need a time machine to get them. Like, of course. You know, but, you know, luckily we were not rude in that. We just said, hey, you know, they don't drop, okay? Like, I'm not trying to pull this over your leg. You can look at every other drop in the game, and they take different drops. The other side weapons in all of their forms do not. This might be just a mishap on your part, whatever. We know there have been glitches where certain exchange shops overlap, and we never really pushed them on it. Like how in the previous updates, like Namahage, Christmas update, like Setsuban, stuff like that, especially for exchange shops. This is what I'm talking about. And we first saw this with the Summer Festival as well, and transitioning to Halloween, was when it comes to these big exchange shops that have common drops between them. So let's say one of them allows you to get, like, the moon drops, like Moon Dew and Horn Sculptures. Well, that's not even a thing for the moon, but, like, these really rare drops and boosts and transcendence and all these things of that kind. We noticed that, oh, if you took them from, if you got this stuff in the summer event, the winter, the Halloween event was missing some of this stuff, or Halloween event just didn't really work because a lot of things were missing from it. And CyberStep said, oh shit, you guys already got these Winter Moon Dews, so they're not there, and they just gave us all the stuff that we couldn't get. In Miyamoto's exchange as well, that was messed up. That took different drops because they had weapon grade powder in the Miyamoto Gala exchange, and you look at it and it's like, oh, this takes the Milfei from October, and it's like, well, this doesn't make sense. And that's when we knew that, like, they have this common, like, folder for events, exchange shops, that puts, like, everything in the same category. At Christmas as well, yeah. Yeah, like, I can't remember all the drops, but I know that because you got the Transcendence from the Christmas, you couldn't get them from Setsuban. And if you had gotten Incense from Lancelot, in Lancelot's first introduction, when Gawain came, you only had the same 10 incense to pull from. So if I had gotten 4 incense the first time Lancelot had come around, when I got the Gawain update, I had 6 I could buy. So instead of us getting like a 20 potential incenses, it was still 10. So if you had gotten, now here's a really big example, okay, of how this is bad, that it's like 10 per person, not 10 per update, which is really bad in my opinion because it punishes people who work hard. And here's how it can be really, really bad. So I know I'm jumping all over the place just mentioning all these drops and stuff and then going to this, but it'll all make sense very soon. You know, should a player in the original running of Lancelot, I told everyone, get your incenses now, you don't know when these are coming back. And they did come back, but we didn't know when. And during that time, the only weapons available for incense use were the sword, spear, odachi, and twin swords. And that was to make the Lancelot weapons, the Supremes. Okay, so there's 4 weapons. So let's say you play all these classes. You have $1 billion and roll for every class and farm everything and whatever. I'm just having fun. Or let's say you just really like your weapon type and Supremes are like one of the easiest weapons to make and you can build them for any element because they're just that good. So if you're one of those people and you have 10 incenses and you're like, well, I'm going to make myself a lunge step sword because I'm going to be cool. I'm going to make a fire spear, a dark fire spear, another fire spear, and then I'm going to make a wind one, a mountain one. I'm going to make, you know, one for every element that's not negative, let's say, like a pure pierce one, whatever. Essentially what I'm saying is, let's say you used up all 10 incenses to make 10 supremes at the time of the first update. Okay, cool, good for you, that's awesome, way to go, man. Awesome. Okay, what does that do? So when Gawain update comes back, or when Gawain update comes, and it's like, oh man, you know, bow is like the best thing on console right now. Knowledge has made it so good. I love bow because there's this huge trend of players going from one class to bow because of damage cap and cursed arrow being so good. You know, it's like a meta shift. It's like a following the tiers as it would be in a fighting game. So, okay, you're right ready. You can't wait to make your rev bow that you find out doesn't have pierce because why not? Or maybe your axe finally comes out and you're playing sword before, or whatever it may be. Or you just want that really cool staff, and you're like, oh boy, can't wait to farm 10 more incense, and you open up the thing, and it's like, oh, well, it's cumulative. You already got your 10 incenses before, they're not here, and you can't make these new weapons. Now, that is, like, the only really example I have for this, but there's no person I know of that's in that boat on PS4. To my knowledge, no one has done that, and thankfully it's, you know, people were still able to make whatever they wanted when the update came out. I never got any comments or messages, because generally if people are really entrenched in the community, they know somewhat of the channel and what I do and what I talk about and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm kind of our social media I'm our YouTuber, okay? That's what we call it, me. So, like, that's a potential thing that could happen, and it's bad. So, you know, luckily it didn't happen, but that's just how this thing can get really bad. So where does that leave us? So what happened is we can see this exactly when, yeah, you know, I know, just a little bit, but I'm who we got. So, what's the word here? So flashback to November of last year when Yogg first came out. So when Yogg first came out, we had the exact same problem. They gave us skill cards for Collapsing Blade and skill card set 10 and skill card set 12, or maybe just 12. I think it was just 11 and 12. And that was Collapsing Blade, and whose booty just like obstructed my view? Lallybog. Okay, so why would I do that? Bring it back. There we go. That's right. All right. So, yeah. So when Houou first came, and we get the exchange shop from her, it showed the skill cards for Collapsing Blade 7 and, you know, Lance of Flames, Blaze Sanction, all that stuff. The fire skills. It showed those two things in there, and the drops, it was like drops that we didn't even know about yet. It's like, this takes, I don't even remember what it was. It was like Warped Fang and like basically Gawain drops, because in Gawain's exchange shop, she has in Gawain's exchange shop, she has those same skill cards, Collapsing Blade. She had Collapsing Blade and Blaze Sanction, and I think skill card set 10, 11, and 12, basically. She had all of those three, and because they took Gawain's drops, and because we got the Redux version of Yogg before we got the regular version, we could tell because it had those drops in it. It was just like a lesser form of it. It took the requirements from the Gawain update for those same materials because they're like 1-to-1. It's not Like, the game doesn't make it so that every single exchange shop is unique to itself. It's just one collective event folder that if a drop appears in one, it's the same drop in another, and it causes them to do maintenances over and time again, because they make us skip updates and they want us to progress through the you know, catch up to PC as quick as possible. So they're cutting corners, and we're seeing some of the not backlash, but some of the aftermath of that. So hey, bud, how you doing? So basically, we told them, like, hey, these skill cards don't work. We can't get them. Can you fix it? And they said, no, they work. Those drops are there. There's nothing wrong with it. And then, like, they go and check it, and it's like a week later, it's like, oh yeah, fuck, we fucked up. We're gonna fix it. Like, they always take a very defensive stance, but then if they're good about it, they correct it. So we didn't really make that big of an uproar for Setsubun or for Gawain having less incenses. Like, no one really cared. Like, to my knowledge, no one was that butthurt that they could only get X amount of incense. I don't even really know many people that got all 10. People might get, like, I know that me and some of my friends, when Gawain came out, like, those of us who already farmed like 4 or 5 incenses before, like, they only got like 1 or 2. They're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna make like maybe a staff or something, but I'm not that horny for these right now. But it's definitely a case-by-case basis, but we didn't really say too much about that. We talked about it, but it wasn't the game-breaking. Like, it didn't stop anyone. Like, that circumstance, that rare occurrence I talked about earlier, didn't really come to pass. But this time around, because Houou comes back, they didn't change, and you probably know about this, I talked about it before, they did not change Houou's drop table. Like, they did, but they didn't, and it's really, really weird, because it brings up this huge inconsistency that I can only blame on human error on their part. But basically, they made it so that knowledge mags, like the knowledge mags, their requirements changed to the current Yogg drops. Because before, it was Akashic Record Piece, Pedestal, Tentacle, Wisdom, all those drops. And that's what it took to make knowledge, that's what it took to make other side weapons, etc., etc. Masteries, everything that Houou had used her drops. So then Houou comes back, and Toshi's here, and Toshi's shop is perfectly fine. It does not take nothing's wrong with it, because it's all new stuff. There's only Toshi stuff. There's nothing else. But then Houou, since she's a reoccurring character, Exchange Shop even, we see the skill cards, they're there, they work, probably because they were changed. If they were never changed, they'd probably still take Gawain drops, and we wouldn't cry about it because we'd actually farm Gawain drops. It wouldn't be that bad. It'd be annoying, but it wouldn't be that bad. And then you scroll further down, and on the list, it showed that it's like, oh, the Indescribable Weapons are back. They are restocked. I believe they are restocked. I didn't really check if there was less of certain things you could get, but I believe they were restocked. They were replenished. Like, you could get 40 Indescribable Weapons, then you could get like 10 of each Indescribable for each class. I never really paid attention to that, because I don't know anyone who really got like 4 of their weapon or 10 of their weapon back then, because records kind of sucked a lot. And we didn't have trading, so you couldn't really get them off alts or anything. Basically, yeah, knowledge took all the same drops, but then this time around, like, knowledge took the new drops. Like, knowledge takes eggs and crystals and like all the stuff it takes now. Knowledge takes that stuff. Hey Jen, how you doing? And you know, Masteries worked, and that's like, oh cool, they fixed that. Like, it's not even a fix, it's just as up to date. But then when you look at the weapons, or when you did, the weapons did not have their new requirements. They had the old stuff. It's like Akashic Record, Wisdom, all that stuff. We're like, whoa, what the fuck? Unless you stored this stuff last time for whatever goddamn reason, you can't do anything with it now. And you know, it's like, fuck. So right away, day one, if you guys watch my day one stream, you'll know that you know, we tested Blitz Tiamat. Blitz Tiamat still didn't work. We're gonna have to test that at some point today. I'm gonna need some people to help me do that. we went in and we're like, other side weapons are unobtainable. I told them that day. I put them a tweet. I tweeted on the update. I said, hey, just want to let you guys know that other side does not work. Blitz Tiamat does not have rewards, and there's no lineup to spin a premium gacha ticket because of the introduction of Summer Springtime Festival and the OC campaign not giving those exact premiums. And if you got a Vanguard in the normal unit, like if you got a Houou or any platinum role in the free OC side of the Neon Koropan, you'd get a premium ticket with it, but there's no actual unit to spend a premium, so that wasn't resolved either. And I told him that day, okay, those 3 things do not work, and that's how it was. And I had a couple of friends private message them and say, hey, other sides are unobtainable, and they said what I said earlier, that, oh, the drops drop, it's just really, really rare. And I remember one response was my friend was telling them that, and they had said, okay, well, we're pretty we're pretty sure everything works, but we'll go like triple check. And like the following week, or that week, I remember I was playing really late one night. Me and Eva were running the dungeons, and we saw a GM, a new GM. They had the accessory working for like the first time since Kathmandu was in like the Rift, I think. And it was GM Strawberry. And they were just running the dungeons, and they were looking around. They're like 121 and stuff. It was really cool. They looked at me for a little bit, and they like just looked at me, and then they ran away all zigzaggy, and I laughed. There was a GM on really, really early this morning. I wasn't around for it. It was a Teal Earl Grey or something, or Earl Grey Tea. That's the GM's name. So we got Blue Boy, Strawberry, Earl Grey Tea, and like Kathmandu. Like those are our like 4 GMs. So, you know your GMs. You know, they're kind of like gods, but sometimes we don't really believe in them because they don't do they don't intervene. But when they do, it's like in mysterious ways. So they're kind of like deities in that regard. Some people don't even believe in GMs. They think they're a myth. You know. But anyway, so now but the response that my friend got from messaging Cyberstep on the issue was, they said, oh yeah, we're going to triple check because we're pretty sure it works, but we're going to go triple check to make sure. But maybe like the drops are just a really rare drop. And it was a completely defensive stance. It was a very like non-open to the fact that maybe like these guys who play this game like every day for the past 3 years and put like food on our tables and buy our DLC and shit know what they're talking about. Maybe, just maybe. And yeah, so they went in, they checked, and like, oh shit, they didn't even make an announcement for it. They didn't put out a tweet saying, oh, we're gonna fix the bug that we made. They don't want any negative publicity at all. They don't want to own up to that. And they said, oh, we're doing a maintenance, and it's going to be a 2 to 3 hour maintenance for Xbox and PS4. And it's like, okay, why does it take 3 hours to do a maintenance on a Tuesday? And we're just like, they're fixing something. We knew it. And right after the maintenance kicked in, I actually played a little bit of Warframe for about 2 minutes. I just wanted to check something out because I got something cool. And I saw this notification that said, Onigiri update downloading. And my friend Suzaku says the same thing. And it's like, what the hell is this? We're like, oh, they are changing something. We literally talked about this for like an hour before. Like if they would or if they wouldn't. And we're like, are they fixing Blitz? Are they fixing Houou? What are they doing? And we could actually check the update history, and all it really said was fixing Houou. So that's what we're going to check. So it's 18 minutes into the video. I know it's pretty long, but if you got ears, everything should be all right. But I'm going to start moving around now, and we're going to go look at Houou herself and at the exchange shop and all that. So where are we? Temporal Rift, we're in Onigashima. So there we go. Hopefully the game loads and doesn't mess us up, because that'd be annoying. Alright. So where's my rapid? There's good old Kaga. Let's go there and see what's up. I can't imagine I get a loading error. I haven't really done anything. So let's go talk to our good friend Houou, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. I don't remember the loading being this long here, but, you know, people are probably trying to get their other side spears now, or their, not spears, but their weapons. Because before, they couldn't get them, so like, fuck. Alright, so let's hawk on over. Alright, so there you are, Houou. Exchange shop. So let's have a look at this. So, skill cards, yep, they take goddess crystals, cool. Indescribable Weapon. So Indescribable Weapon, if you want to take a random gamble at 30 of them, it's 30 not 40, I'm wrong. Takes 150 goat horn, 150 wing, prosperity, eyeball, crystal, and 5 eggs. And if I scroll up, it's 150 tentacle as well. And you could get an Indescribable Weapon, and it's a random other side. So that's how that works. Now this is the Indescribable Weapon Sword, Odachi, Twin, basically all 8 classes. They're going to require you to have 10 eggs. If you want a specific weapon of your type, it'll take 250 tentacles, horns, wing, prosperity, eyeball, crystal, and egg. Or 10 eggs. So that's the requirements that it was supposed to take from the start, because those other drops did not drop. So everything is working now as intended. It costs 10 million to get one. I'm probably going to get a second spear after I get my Cielo recipe, so I can actually make the Cielo. I'm probably going to do it, honestly. I should be able to get enough teeth today on login, so I'm not too worried about that. I have 21 eggs, so I'm going to trade in the 20 eggs I have with the teeth later to get my Cielo, now that we've guaranteed that the other sides are obtainable again. So, because I wasn't going to give them my other side that I made, no way in hell, that I use, that I love, I'm not going to give that up. Because for those that don't know, we talked about this a little last night in our stream, because we didn't really want to run anything, so we just talked about stuff. But we haven't really talked about the Cielo mag at all. Like, I haven't talked about it. I've said, oh, I don't think it's worth it. It gives a little bit of dark. It's not worth anything. And that's generally the opinion amongst PC players when this dropped. But just so you guys can, you know, make your own decisions and all that good stuff, I'm going to load up the page that has the Clo Mag Stats, and I'm going to read them to you, and I'm going to let you guys make the choice. Alright, so the Cielo Mag, and it exists for all 8 classes, is a 130 Malgatama. It is the first and only of its kind. There is no other thing in the game that requires 130 in Onigiri, so that must be like a god thing. Like, Tempest requires 130 to get the attack buff, which is godly, but it's still a 128 material, and knowledge itself says like 120 to use it, or 110 to use the knowledge, but if you're 120, 125, 130, you get more skill force from it, something like that. I'm not too fluent on my knowledges. But essentially it is the only thing that requires you to be 130 to have, so only like the top 1 of the 1% will be able to use Cielo Mags. Hey LOM, so they, really quick because you're coming in and I know ya, I'm going to take a break to tell you, you can get your other side weapons again. So they fixed all the drops, so goat horn, tentacles, it takes eggs and not the old archaic stuff, so they fixed that. Why are you crying, Eva? Don't cry. Yeah, so that's what's up with that. They fixed other side weapons. What's the word here? Shit. I was gonna say something, I can't remember. Yeah. So that's right, it's only the top 1% of the 1% can equip the Cielo Mags, so it must just be the most godly thing in the world. But let's get to the stats and I'll let you be the judge. So, the Mastery Mag, level 130, defense is 84,000 on average, or 8,400, sorry. It's got 10 purity, 45 chakra, so it's got the same chakra as a 105 mag. It has 3 ornamentation slots, That's pretty cool. It's kind of like Fusion Bear, but it costs like a lot less. And here's what it does. Now, I've talked about it a bit before, but we're going to talk about it now, like, I want to say like officially, but we're going to focus on it. So the effects of this mag are 150 skill force for the rank 5 plus skills of your class. So for me, it's Spear skill force. 150 skill force all the time. So that's 30 more skill force than Tempest gives all the time. However, Tempest under half gives 170, so it's a bit more. So going down the list of the effects, the second effect is if remaining HP is 80 or more, your rank 6 skills will gain a 20% buff, or 20% skill force increase. And the inverse is also true if you are under 20% of your max health. Your rank 6 skills will gain 20 more skill force. So if we add those two numbers up, this thing has 170 skill force, just like Tempest, but you have the bulk of that skill force 24/7. Only 20% of it is health dependent. And when you think about it, like, what's the point? If you're at full health, generally, you're going to get more stats, or more skill force. So the next thing on it is 10 attack speed, so it gives you 10 attack speed all the time. So that's really cool. Then it's got, if you're at 80% or more health, you get 10 attack speed. If you're under 20%, it's 10 attack speed. There's going to be a lot of things like that. It gives you 15 SP reduction all the time, which is really good. That's something that the Prodigal Mags do. So that, I don't know if it's 15% SP reduction or if it's a flat, like it just takes 15 off the skill. I can't imagine it being 15 flat. I think it's a percentage when they say SP reduction. I can't imagine it's just a couple numbers, because like Wand has skills that are like Fujin, Raijin, Sublime is like 800 SP or something ridiculous that their SP reduction is supposed to cover, but I can't imagine 15 being even remotely useful. When you, like, I can't imagine that went by research and development on the Cybercept staff. Like, oh yeah, let's give it 15 like SP reduction, but for Wand, it's like, that's not even scratching it. Like, we have skills that take 300 SP, please. But I don't know the full mechanics of SP reduction, so, you know, that's something we'll have to define later. I don't have any mags with it. All I really have is the Schnitzer Garbog, but I'm not going to pull that out and do that right now. And it also says, if remaining HP 80 or higher, or 20 or less, you get 10 more SP reduction. So 25 total SP reduction, depending on your health. Hey William, how you doing, man? So next thing on the list is 30 crit force, really good number. That's like Tempest crit force, I believe. I don't know if Tempest is 25 or 30. I can't really see. I don't really remember. I don't read them that much. I see a Morelia. I see a Morelia. So yeah, it's the same crit force as Tempest. So 30 crit force, 70 dark, so 20 over knowledge and mastery. That's really cool, but I don't know if it's worth being 130 just to have. It gives you negative 70 holy, which doesn't really matter, because if you're going to be using this stuff anyway, you're not going to be using holy for the most part. It's just 20 more than what knowledge does. And then it gives you 50 slice, which is 20 more slice than the mastery mags give, which is, if you don't know what a mastery mag is, and these mags are been criticized as being just a little bit better than a mastery, just for comparison's sake. So mastery right here, they give 100 skill force if you're 128 or more. They give you 150, so 150 skill force all the time if you're 128. So Cielo is 150 skill force all the time unless your HP is full. Then you're at 170, so you get 20 more skill force. And then this also gives 10 attack speed all the time. And then if it's, and then its HP thresholds are 100% or less than 10%, where Cielo is 80 and 20. Masteries give cooldown. The posts I'm looking at, originally, Cielos did not give cooldown, but later they were patched to give cooldown. Like, it was actually, Cybercept added that to the mag, as if they had forgotten. Probably because people said, like, hey, like, this mag is not better than Mastery, what are you guys doing? And then you can see the SP reduction on the Masteries as well, just lesser forms. And then Mastery gives 20 crit force, which made Mastery good, and Cielo's going to give 30. Mastery gives 50 dark, Cielo 70, negative 50 holy, then negative 70 holy, and then plus 30 slice, negative 30 impact, and 40% total dura. And the Cielo having 50 slice instead of 30 slice and negative 50 impact. And then lastly, it has 80% durability reduction, so double the durability reduction of a Mastery. So if you put these two on a scale, it's widely going to come out Mastery on top, because they're going to be like, there's a little bit of gain for a lot more work. Now, I haven't even told you how to get a Cielo yet. I just told you it takes 20 eggs to get the recipe. So the reason I'm talking about Cielos now is because we have weapons to trade for them. And what does that mean? These are not exchanged. You give this to Kaguya and she crafts it. So grade's going to be random and all that good stuff that Kaguya can do. So the materials needed to make a Cielo mag are as follows. You need a Mastery mag of your type. So I would have to give them a Spear Mastery to do this. I have to give them a Knowledge as well. So the basic Dark Knowledge. You have to give them a Knowledge, a Mastery of your type, your other side weapon at plus 80. A plus 80 other side. So basically 200 mil in a weapon. You have to give them that, a plus 80 other side of your type, and then 10 other side eggs just to craft it. Or ever spawn eggs, I'm sorry. Other side eggs sounds pretty cool too, but, and I think you guys would all understand what I'm talking about, but 10 ever spawn eggs and your other side weapon at 80. So it takes like 4 really good stuff just to give you a little boost on your Mastery. Woohoo! Right? Yay! That sounds like a great deal. I'm gonna do that, Oro. Yay! Not really. So, that's all fine and dandy, but most people that look at that say, like, that's a crock of shit. That is not 130. Like, what you'd expect, 130, like, the trend for 130 is you get a bunch of attack. Like, a lot of attack over what you would not get if you were not 130. Like, Mastery is 100 skill force, unless you're 128, then it's 150. That's a big jump and a reward for being a high level. Knowledge gives you, like, 100 skill force at the base level, but if you're 130, you're getting 150 skill force at 130. So that's a huge incentive to level. That's really important. But then Cielo's like, you have to be 150 to wear it. What do you do? Like, not much. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, you'd expect a mag like this to work like Tempests. Whereas Tempests give you the little thing at the bottom, if level 130 or more, 2500 attack. With, if you have accessories, is a lot of friggin' attack. That's like 3 Tempests at 130. I get about, I'll show you the number actually. I get 4,375 attack per Tempest mag at 130. So that's like 1200 extra attack. That's a whole 105 weapon from like Edo. Like, that's a lot of attack added to myself. Like, that's a huge boon of being 130. Like, if we look at weapons, namely the Fujin and Raijin swords, you can see a similar trend. A very similar trend. So the Divine Wind Odachi replica, if we go at the top here, if level 125, 2000 attack. If 130, 3000 attack. At 130, this sword gives 3000 extra attack. That's a 130 bonus. That's 5000 attack on top of a 120 weapon. Good goddamn, that's how you make a weapon. If we had, like, if I had a spear for this, oh my god, I'd have so much attack. Because then I'd have all the affinity for it. Like, to put it in perspective, this sword is stronger than my Elsin, even though I have 11,000 affinity being added directly to my attack, whereas for sword it's just 28. So this sword, because of its buffs, compensates for like a 9,000 attack buff because of accessories plus attack. Like, that's what 130 does. That's what it's supposed to do. But the Cielo does not offer that. We thought, like when me and my friends discussed Cielo, we said, okay, a 130 mag, this is what it's gotta do. It's gotta be like 100 dark, it's gotta be like slice, whatever. Like the slice is good on it. The 50 slice is good. Don't get me wrong, that's great. It's just not like super amazing, but it should have more than that. The Cielo should have a crap ton of dark. It should have a crap ton of slice. Honestly, they should do their homework and give bow and spear pierce. Even though I liked it out of slice, I like it because of my collapsing bladed slice. I'm a fan of that. But if it was pierce, and if I could get 50 pierce from this thing, I'd be all over the goddamn weapon because it's so scarce. Bow as well would fucking love it. They'd be like, oh my god, pierce and dark? Huh, who would have thunk it? A great combo. Rapid shot, cursed arrow, collapsing arrow, you know, restriction. Like, literally every skill they have. It'd be awesome. But no, it's slice. And bow's like... It's like you give an archer a knife. He's like, the fuck is this? How do I throw knife? I can pierce you with this. It doesn't work. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And wands as well. Like, wands are like... My friend Suzaku's like, I don't want a goddamn mastery. It doesn't make any sense. He's like, I shoot fireballs. I don't shoot a ball of, like, knives. I don't throw maces. Like, you know, it loses, like, its appeal for half the classes. Like, spear has, what, like, 3 skills that are slice, ice blossom, devastation slash, and collapsing blade. Like, there's, like, 3 moves we have. And maybe lunge step is slice. That probably is. But there's, like, those many moves. And it's like, whatever. It's kind of garbage. And then bow doesn't even have slice. Wand does not have slice. And staff does not have slice. Unless you count Ogis from universal classes, then of course, yes, slice does exist on Thunderlance and other things like Visual Hall. But, you know, I digress. You know, it only caters to half the classes. You'd expect them to be like, okay, bow uses pierce, spear uses pierce. Like, they made a huge shift long ago to change all of spear's moves from slice to pierce. Like, it's really interesting. Like, I mean, I can't really use Spirit Blast with the Cielo mag. It kind of doesn't work. But, you know, back in the day when Spirit Blast was slice on spear, because it was a big sweeping action, it was awesome. It was awesome. Like, they've adapted to that, but they've been regressive in other areas. Like, it's kind of lazy. It's like, we're going to make this really cool mag, and we're going to give everyone slice, and it's like, well, no one really needs slice. What kind of equity bullshit is this? You should give me what I need. I don't use this. But, you know, I'm not going to rant about that anymore. The slice really only caters to half the classes. But then you're going to say, but Oro, imagine Miyamoto. Everyone's got Miyamoto. She's got slice and dark. It's like, yeah. But not everyone's got Vanguards, okay? Like, I know it really, really helps Vanguards like Lancelot and Miyamoto, etc., etc. But, you know, that is what it is. So, but what we expected to see on a Cielo mag... And I've said this probably 5 minutes ago, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it. But what I would expect to see in a 130 mag is like 100 element, physical, like 100 dark, and then 50 physical, whatever, it's fine. 50 slice, 50 physical element. I'd expect to see like 5,000 attack and a goddamn damage modifier. If I have to spend, you know, either 12,000 hours or 1,200 hours in like Arcane's leveling, or $400 in 24 hours of my life leveling up in an EXP dungeon to get to 130, I'd expect something that requires that to be literally a gift from God. Like, this should be like almighty, but it's kind of piss poor. If it had all that stuff, if it was like 100 dark, and it was like physical element, damage modifier, attack bonus, and then all the other stuff that would make it better than Tempest, because I mean Tempest is awesome, but you know, you have to be 128 for that. It's kind of weird. You'd expect a 130 mag to be super awesome. But okay, so that's the Cielo mag, that's what it has. People are saying, well, what, Oro, if you're gonna talk so much shit about this thing, why do you want it? That should be the big question. That's nice. So why do I want it? So later it was revealed that the Cielo mag in this event itself, so in Yogg, what it does is it gives the player in a bonus effect, sort of like how the Purgatory Mags let you breach damage cap in these dungeons. And I don't know, I haven't talked about that, but the mags from the Neon Koropan, and if you choose to make the mod version, the upgraded one that Kagu can make, and I'll show you guys these mags. So basically the Heaven and the Purgatory Mags, if you wear these and you run these dungeons, you will get extra drops. You'll get extra normal drops every clear if you're wearing them per mag. So if you're doing normal and normal is really easy and you wear 4 of these mags, you're going to get 4 extra tentacles and horns every run. That's cool. But what they also let you do is they let you breach damage cap a little bit more. So let's say when I'm using Kieran, normally if I go in vanilla and I'm using Kieran with my Tempest, she can do 14,900,000 damage. Okay, so basically 15 million with some moves. When I go in there with these 2 mags on, that number goes to 17.9. So that means my damage increases like by 10% or some little percent, enough to buff the move up by 2 to 3 million damage. So probably like 1.5 or something like that. 10% or something like that. And, you know, damage cap goes up. So there's a hidden effect on these mags that does that is not descripted here. Furthermore, the Cielo has a very similar effect, but at a much greater level. So I found the description for it is that the Cielo mag gives a 50% damage bonus that ignores damage cap up to a certain extent in Yogg itself. So 50%. So what that means is that same 15,014,900 that Kieran would do to Yogg, because Kieran is really, really effective in the dungeon because of artificial buffs, that damage from Clash of Heavens is going to change from 15 million to around 21 million, assuming she can do that damage. It's just going to add that 50%. So if you're hitting cap anyway and they buff the cap, then you're going to start seeing 20 mils come out of her. Same thing for Maida. If Maida is doing, or Inuichi or whatever is doing that much damage, if you wore 1 Cielo mag, you're going to start seeing like 22 million damage. And if you wore 2 Cielo mags, then you'd start seeing 30 million damage. Like, that's a crazy damage. Per hit, that would cap. This also applies to Miyamoto. So if you're wearing a Cielo mag, and you're using Miyamoto with 3-win Masteries, and your Sepulchre's doing 499 and a bunch of 3 mils, she's going to get that 50% damage buff. So she's going to go from doing 5 million a tick of Sepulchre to doing 7 to 8 million a tick of Sepulchre, which is really good, assuming if you don't have one of the new Vanguards. So if you're struggling in that regard, because I know a lot of people are getting shit on in this Neon Koropan cycle, if you do have that 150 Mia, and you are 130, I know there's only like 6 of us, but that's what the Cielo mag enables us to do. Wind Masteries are the knowledge equivalent for wind. But, yeah. So that's what Cielos do. So I'm interested in them, at least one, just to make this event go a little better, because that means my damage cap goes up when I fight Yogg. My Vanguards are going to be stronger, and it's just going to make things go faster. So it's basically a temporary investment to get faster runs during this event. And then I might be able to use it later. If I get good rolls on it, it'd be interesting. But that's what the Cielo mag is. Last night we talked about potential ornamentations. Like, what do we do to this thing to make it... Like, it's not God tier. It's not a God tier thing on its own. Like, it's only good here. Like, it's sort of like how Houou was and when Yogg first came out. Like, Houou was a literal deity in that dungeon doing 40 million damage a tick of feather on Yogg. Like, if you had her, good God, you are God himself in that dungeon. But after that, Houou is not God everywhere. you know, it's sort of like when Houou steps into the secular world, she doesn't have as much power as she does inside a church. Like, it's sort of like, you know, that difference between church and state. It's very similar to that relationship. So the Cielo is the same thing. Like, yes, Kieran and Houou and Maida do really good damage in the dungeon, but if you make this mag, which is something that's not entirely reliant on RNG in a gambling situation, but it's actually something you can farm for the next 2 months, so this month and May, if you have a Cielo mag and you're using it, you're going to be doing bonus damage and getting better and better and better at the runs. So I think for 2 months it's worth that investment, because I'm going to get the eggs anyway. I don't recommend giving up your only other side to make it. I recommend getting 2. If you're getting 2 just this update, you know, you could be that guy, smelt them both up. If you want, you could smelt them both up and throw away the lesser weapon, or you can just smelt up one and be like, fuck it, I'm not smelting this one, and give that one into it. You know, get it to 80, it's whatever. Completely up to you. You can smelt 2 up to 80, see which one's better, and then give away the other one. Completely up to you. How many eggs does Cielo take for an investment? Like, how much eggs will it take? So the weapon, the mag itself takes 10 eggs to craft every time you want to craft one. The recipe itself costs 20. It costs 10 to craft it. So you're looking at 30 eggs right there. If you're building an other side right now, we're just going to say 10. So 10 more eggs. So you're looking at 40 eggs. And then you have to give it a Mastery Magatama as well. So that's going to be another 3 eggs. So the first Cielo mag you will make in this game, should you choose to make one, will give you an investment of, will run you an investment of 43 ever spawn eggs. Now, mind you, if you just do all the PT versions 100 times, so normal, hard, and hell, if you do each one 100 times, you're going to be getting like 15 eggs right there, which is really good eggs, but that's a lot of runs, and that's not with the Vanguard. So keep that in mind. That's a really good way to get eggs. Another really good way to get eggs is to run the event on your alts. Get them natto every day, like running normal or whatever, and because you just get your teeth from Houou, you trade your natto for the teeth, you get the egg. Eggs are tradable. They have a minimum of 3 OC. So, fuck eggs. So, you can just build up a collection of eggs on your alts, and then when the time comes that you're ready to get some stuff from this exchange, you can very easily just, you know, trade them to yourself. Yeah, you can get 6 eggs per day using natto. Now, someone will ask, well, how do you trade them between yourself? Well, you have to do the stall glitch, where, you know, you cut your internet during a load screen and your stall stays up, basically, and then you go to that stall on another character and you buy from it. If you don't want to do that, you and your friend can come to a mutual understanding. Like, you and a friend could come to a mutual understanding and say, hey, we're both going to run this on our alts together, and we're going to get the natto together, and you're going to sell me your eggs, and I'm going to sell you my eggs. And it's going to be a classic Pokemon Red and Blue, you know, you start your game, get a starter Pokemon, and trade it over to me, then we'll do that back and forth, and we'll both get all the stuff. You know, something like that. Something very, very old school and fun that I like doing. So that's how you can get more eggs. If you're struggling with eggs, you can just, you know, get eggs with natto on multiple characters and then trade the eggs over later. Because of the golden bazaars we have right now, you can just stack eggs for the low price of 3 OC and just trade them all over whenever you want. So let them build up over time and then pass them over. So make an nest egg, as you should say. So that's a good way to get eggs if you're struggling with that. I can't do much for you if you are just struggling with the dungeon itself, but since you can just trade for teeth every day, you know, you're not up shit creek without a paddle just yet. So that's the Cielo mag. If you're interested in it, that's my 20-minute rant, my little discussion of it. One last thing I'll say, though, is we discussed ornaments to do with it, to make it good. Since the Cielo mag, we believe it's going to be like knowledge, it's going to be a power type mag. some ornamentations you could do on it that would make it somewhat good is you can be safe and play Faded. You know, Faded is the good old accessory that gives you 15%, up to 17% HP, SP, you know, slice, crit, all that good stuff, or just the Joker, you know, 3 decks, and you cry about it. You know, that's always good stuff. We also discussed a number of other ornamentations that could be good. My eggs, well, once I get a Cielo, I'll be open to trade some eggs. For sure. For sure. I'll share my eggs with you when I can. So, ornamentation. So we looked at some ornamentations we can put on Cielo. Last night we were looking at them. So we needed a power mag or something. I don't know what there is for power mags. Well, I'll be sure to fill you up with some eggs. Whoa. No, I think she only wants my eggs. Okay, so Impenetrable Magatama. What can we do with that? I think that's a power type mag, so we can look at the ornamentations on it. So it is, so what we looked at that would be plausible ornamentations for the mag. So there are always the staple ones, like Unblinking Eye. If you want more crit force than 30, ooh, she did give me them, and I gave her my Graves. It was a good deal. You can always do Unblinking Eye if you want. You know, every time you get a mag that has like 3 ornamentation slots, everyone's like, ooh, what if I could get like 40 plus crit force? Oh, if you could get 70 crit force on this mag, good God, that's a lot, but you don't need that much. If you had 2 Tempest and a Cielo, like you're over crit force cap anyway, I think. Maybe not. You'd actually be pretty perfect. You could do that. Like 2 Tempest puts you at 260 crit force, and then if you get at least 40 on it, bam, man, you're at 300 crit force. Welcome to God tier. Whew. Although you can just have like a Sparrow with 30 and live with like 290. But, you know, it'd be a lot of crit force for sure. For sure. You'd be living a good life. Yeah. Yeah. It's 90 plus that, so... What even is that? That's 260, yeah. So you just need at least 40 more, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So you can go the Unblinking Eye route for sure. But, you know, it's always everything's a gamble. I can't say that enough. You can go... I wouldn't go Confining Tear, I wouldn't. Whenever Faded is an option, Confining isn't that good. Heavenly Shield, you could be really risky with Heavenly Shield on it. I'm not really big on Heavenly Shield for it. I'd sooner jump to Faded, let's say. You know, Faded being Slice, Crit, Dex, all that good stuff. You can get like Slice and Crit on it and HP, Godly. If you get 3 rolls of that, if you got 3 rolls of Crit, fantastic. Fantastic. But you're right, Randale, you're going to get to that. We discussed this last night too. That was the big thing we got to. So, since it is 10 purity, you are able to put on it the Inevitable Last Stand 2, assuming that you have enough Golden Flores and Efflorescent Buds. I'm not in that camp. If I was, I'd be all over this. But this ornamentation here costs 5 chakra, and I think it's very, very worth it to do it on the first roll. Like, if you have a lot of these Flores and stuff just sitting around, if you're one of those guys, I think if you can... These are guaranteed, by the way. I don't talk about these ornas often. But what it says there, the option is 2 out of 2. There's no variance. You're just going to get differences in, you know, the bracketed things, like the things with the hyphen between them. So you're guaranteed to get at least 800 attack and 10 skill force. You can come out of it with 1,000 attack and 20 skill force. That's huge. 1,000 attacks, a lot. Like, you could throw that right on the Cielo. If you were one of those person that has 10 Flores and 10 Buds, go for it, man. Do like 2 last stands and get like 2,000 attack. Do that for sure. Like, you could do that. It changes your Cielo from being a 105 to a Tempest in chakra cost. This is going to go from 45 to 55, and then it would fit perfectly in the Tempest curve, and it wouldn't change anything. You could do that, but then you don't ornament everything. Completely up to you. That was one option we looked at. We said, oh wow, that's really, really good. You could be like, okay, I'm going to ornament for attack, and then I'm going to do double faded. Great, you could do that too. There's so many different things you can do. But I think the one thing we agreed on, the one thing we kind of came to a consensus on last night was, unless you don't have those mats, was Avenger on Monsters. Avenger on Monsters takes 4 chakra. It's only available on Power Mags and Wisdom Mags. Yeah, it is a lot on all those slots. It is. It's 1 short of a Tempest if you did it in all 3 slots. You're absolutely right. And it would give you that Tempest level of attack. But you'd be, you know, you'd be at a 60 ornament, you'd be at a 60 chakra cost at that point, if you did. But we were talking about Avenger on Monsters for this, because Avenger on Monsters is a big ornament. It's 4, but it's not 5, and that's kind of a big deal. At higher levels, you'd have a little less chakra spent. Because that 4th mag is everything at 130. But Avenger on Monsters. Now, if you rolled this, let's say, twice, and you were really, really lucky with it, like I'm probably going to end up doing this on it. If you were really lucky with Avengers, and you walked away with any number of crit, and any number of slice, and one of the 2 rolls, every roll, oh my god. Like, damn, son. Like, you'd be looking at a 57 chakra mag. I believe. Yeah, 57 chakra mag. If that happened. Which would be really, really cool. But if you walked away with it with, like, a chance to dodge physical attacks or even paralysis immunity, that's cool. Because it's really good for Yogg. Even if you get that paralysis immunity, for Yogg, that's really good because he likes to do... pretty sure I can't do that on Spear Cielo. I don't think they're type specific. I think they're all power type, but I don't know. But if I could do Avengers on it, and even if you get that 1 paralysis immunity, it's really good for Yogg because Yogg likes to stun people a lot. Yogg loves to use his little electric thing and stun you and waste your time. So if you can get Avengers going and you get that paralysis immunity at least once, and it resets every little bit of time, then you can dodge that paralysis, and it'd be really, really good. And if you're really lucky and you manage to grab like 14 crit or 30 crit on this thing, like 20, if you can get 28 crit and 28 slice and maybe even 1 paralysis immunity, good god, it's good. Even if you get 1 paralysis immunity, it's good. Just for fighting Yogg, because you're taking away that 1 annoyance in your life. So I think Avengers is really good for it. I think never go full retard. But Triple Avenger on Knowledge is good too. That is a really good option. If you don't want to get a Cielo mag, you could do that too. If you're just interested in that paralysis immunity, I think it's really, really helpful for Yogg. Absolutely. And anything you can do on the Cielo, you can do on Knowledge. So, you know, that's up to you to decide. I'm just thinking about how we can make this thing good. And what I think I would do is I would do 2 Avengers. I wouldn't go 3 Avengers. Then I'd go Faded. I'd go 2 Avengers and then a Fade. And this is where your Transcendent Ornamentations come from when you're doing big things like this. Band-Aid B, Transcendent, don't fuck around. Go in. You go in for big mags like this. And if I was lucky when this comes out and it's like super crit and super slice, good god, I have a great mag. But I would do 2 Avengers and a Faded. And the reason why I would do 2 Avengers and a Faded and not 3 Avengers is because that's going to bring your curve to 55 on the mag. It's going to add 10 chakra, so you can just replace the Tempest when you're doing Yogg. Bam. No, you should not ornament your Tempest at all, because There's a difference. The difference between Cielo and Tempest is that Tempest is already 55. The endgame meta is very, very, very centered over Tempest. Because, like, Chakra's tight as it is. When you have 55 Chakra per Tempest, right? So, at the 128 to 130 threshold, so you have 55 Chakra, 55 Chakra, 55 Chakra. So, that's 110 plus 55, so 165 out of 168, 169. And I know you know, but I'm going to explain this for everyone watching, because it's a really good question. But I can wear a Tempest, Knowledge, and this new mag. You could, yes. But I wouldn't ornament the Tempest, I'd ornament the other stuff. I'd ornament the Knowledge, I'd ornament the new mag. I wouldn't ornament the Tempest, but I'd ornament the others. Because, you know, like, ornamenting a Tempest is like the one thing that no one really thinks is that good of an idea because of just chakra curve. So my chakra is as tight as it can possibly be at 130. 169 chakra is 3 Tempests unornamented. That's 165 chakra. And I have 4 chakra left, and that's for a Sparrow with 2 rolls of Confining, or 2 rolls of Unblinking, or 1 roll of Heavenly. That's what I have to work with, and that's it. Oof. If I told you that there were scrubs on PC who ornamented Tempest and even broke them down, would that deter you? Would that change your mind? Because I know people that have ornamented Tempest, and it's like, I got 3 decks. No. No, 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 no. 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 Lyra would say, unless this mag has 16 crit, you're not impressing me. Unless... Nah. Nah. Yeah. Hey, Benjamin Franklin. Wind Mastery or the Thunder Mastery for Sword? Both. Get both of them. My advice is, if you don't have any of the Knowledge mags or new Mastery mags, get, like... That's really awesome, Sam. That's fucking good. God damn. But, I think if you're any class, you should get 4 of every mag. So that's 200 drops of everything. Trade it in, get 4 Wind Masteries and 4 Thunder Masteries, for sure. Sword has Blue Fang, Sword has Tornado Drop, Sword has Verdant Storm. If you have Vanguards that use Wind, get it. For Lightning, Sword has Lightning Slash, Thunder Beast, you know, anything. And if you get the regular ones, it works for all classes, so you could play Twin and use Swift Bolt, which is really good. You could use Rolling Thunder on Staff or Spear. I think you should get everything. I don't think you should min-max, only pick one or the other. If it's within your power to get them all, get them all. Get all 45 Knowledge mags. Do it. But I know not everyone can do that, and I know everyone can only do what they can. But if you had to make a choice, for Sword, I'd get the Wind ones. I'd get the Wind ones over the Thunder ones because on Sword's Fuse and Tempest, Thunder is already there. It's not as important. I would say Wind full out for Sword. Given the choice, I would have to say Wind. If you could only have one, Wind. Okay. So like I was saying, on the Cielo, I would probably end up doing Avenger, and Fated, and that would run it up to 55 Chakra. If I'm really lucky, and I hope I am for like this one mag, but if not, I'm not going to cry about it too much. Exactly, unless you have extras. Yeah, Sam, that's completely correct. You know, I'm going to go for double Avengers and Fated. And if I'm super lucky, it's going to be... If I see 30 crit on that mag, that'd be awesome. And if I see like extra slice, fantastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. If you get attack speed, it's kind of bad because the mag already gives attack speed, but it's not the end of the world. But, you know, it's probably the Joker in the list of things you want. So I'm going to leave this little menu And Randale wants me to show you guys his mastery. So if he's going to stop moving here. Profile. 57. Crit. Alright, cool. So, Wind Mastery. So he's got 6. Oh, double crit? Nice. That's nice. That's a good mastery. Slice, slice? That's cool. You got like the ornaments you want on like 2 different mags. And this one you have Dex and HP. That one's fantastic. That's a lot of affinity. Those are good rolls. Not horrible, but really good. You know, that's what you want. Double crit force, Wolf Mag. Really cool. That's awesome. Those are some good mags. You done did good, boy. Alright. So now we're going to get to the special present in this video. So assuming I don't DC, I'm going to go show you guys something really, really, really cool. Really, really cool. Something I discovered last week, but we're going to talk about it now. Assuming I don't DC. So we're going to the Temporal Rift. Alright, so we made it to the Rift. This is amazing. Now we're going to Kumaso Village. Come on, loading screen, I believe in you. No, no, no. Don't do it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Nobody likes a backseat spoiler. So there's a reason I started the video talking about all the old updates in their exchange shops and all that good stuff. There's a reason I started with that. So as you all know, if you go to Onigashima and you talk to Gawain and she doesn't have her shop anymore. She just says, hey, cool, we did the stuff, and she talks to you. Holy shit, you did? Oh my god. Fuck's sakes. Oh man, he's probably laughing or yelling, one of the two. But if you talk to Gawain in Kumaso, item exchange exists. What the fuck is that? Okay, so bam, we can see mag boxes that take Bizarre Tentacle and Goat Horn. Huh, where have I seen this before? That's really weird. Hey, I bought these in the Yogg shop. Why are they here? These skill cards, why are they here? Why do they take... Oh, the skill cards still work. Cool. The skill cards are back. Or this skill card still works. You can still get it. Go for it. This skill card takes Yogg drops. What the fuck? This skill card takes Yogg drops. What the fuck? Nightly, Magatama Recipe, and Translucent are still here. Ooh, interesting. Boosts are still here. Ooh, interesting. What do they take? Yogg drops. Oh, Loyalty. That's sold out. Okay. Exchange. And bam! Divine Protection Incense is back. It is fully restocked at 10. So if you've never gotten this yet, you can still go do this and farm an incense. So that's still here. I actually got the Lunar Spirit Seal that came back. I got that. But if you have yet to get the Spirit Incense, you can come to Kumaso and still fulfill those requirements and get 10 more incenses. So that's really cool. That's really awesome. I know a lot of people haven't got their incenses yet. So that's great. But, you know, this is probably one of those things that if Cyberset finds out about it, they're probably going to snuff out and get rid of. So, you know, use this knowledge as you will. And, you know, go get some incenses. Go for it. They're still here. If you so desire. But some people don't need them. It's whatever. I mean, we had like 2 months to farm it. So if you didn't get it then, you know, that's a whole other debate. But they are here. If you want to get more, there are 10 more at your disposal. If you wanted to go, you know, farm those materials during the Yogg update, that is up to you. So it would cost you about 8,000, 6,000, 7,000 every drop. And you could get yourself like 10 more divine incenses. So that's really cool. And that's awesome. It just cost you like 100,000 million Ryu, so that's really cool. I never saw that number before in a shop, but you know, 100 million. Nothing too big. Nothing too big. But that's a little cool thing you guys should know. That Gawain still works only in Kumaso. If you go in Onigashima, which is probably where Cybercept just went to check her exchange shop, it does not work. But here it does, so if you guys need incenses, by all means, go get them. Go get them. Whew. I'm going to talk to Moroku, see if I have anything in bargains. Soul Egg. Cool. Now what do I do? I've been streaming for an hour, building up to do that, like at the end. What do I do now? Oh, it's congelation. He's gonna cuss me out. Yeah. So last thing we have to check, I think, is did they add a unit to roll premiums with? Because that was our other bug. Go to special. I don't think they did. Because they'd have to add a whole other unit. Cannot spin a ticket. Premiums fun time ticket. Special premium ticket. Special premium ticket. Legendary. Yeah, premium tickets are still not spendable, so hold on to them. Did they make them change? I know on PC, when we couldn't roll the premiums, they changed them to springtime fun tickets, and I haven't checked that yet. So I'm gonna go find a storage somewhere if I can, and check that out. Nope, we'll delete them and you guys will never... Hope not. They've never actually deleted any tickets of anything, like, ever. They might have deleted SPs at the beginning, but they have not deleted SPs since, like... They haven't deleted anything limited since, like, the first time limiteds came out. Yeah. Like, ever. Where is Shizuku? Storage. No, I still have my premium ticket, so that's interesting. That's dope. Ah. Couldn't be too sure. What's in the pointer room? What can we talk about in here? I think I mentioned this stuff very briefly. So down, down, down at the bottom of this selection. It depends if you held it in a threatening manner. Anyway, so here are all these things. So the golden flore, I can actually get one. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Wind Mountain Shilist. What is this even for? Can be used in the construction of Jade Crest and Aqua Breeze Makatamas, obtained through the dissolution of Jade Crest or Aqua Breeze Makatama, or through the Neon Coral Pond and the Pointer Room. So we don't even have access to those, but they're here. And then the Divine Fire Thread and Divine Fire Crystal. This comes from the Purgatory and Heaven Magatamas to make the mod forms. Really? Yeah, the Mountain and Wandamags. The Mountain and Mindamags, for sure. So these cost 100,000 each, so basically $10 per, unless you want to raise up those kind of points every 2 weeks it would take you. It takes you 2 weeks to get that many points, so you can get 2 a month. So each ball, you can get 1 a month, which is a lot, but you can do it. So these are here. Just want to let you guys know that. So let's hit cancel here. Let's go talk to our favorite big titty Magatama breaking slotty person, Kaguya. So she's got a bunch of mags down here that are like in the game that aren't supposed to be in the game. So she can make prodigal mags using Senryus and 10 of each Bud and Fleuret. Those are all there. The Jade Crest, these are the Wind and Mountain ones. They're in our game, but we have not yet gotten access to these ones, so they are currently unobtainable. The mods, so Aqua Breeze, Jade Crest, and then we have the Purgatory, which are the new ones. Purgatory, where's the Heaven? So Heaven Sword Adachi, I have this mag at the end of April. Nice. They take 10 threads and 10 crystals, so that would take you about, I don't know, 5 months to get enough if you had nothing, maybe. And that lets you make a Heaven Magatama mod. And these are a bonus damage of 1 is dealt depending on the damage of Holy Element. The value of Holy Element during a critical hit at the rate of 10%. Damage cap cannot be exceeded. Holy Element plus 50 if 110 or more gives you more Holy. If 120 or more gives you more Holy. If 125 or more gives you more Holy. If you're 130 or more, it gives you more Holy. Now my friend Suzaku has one of these for fire. And his basically gives him like... How much fire does this give? So 50 plus 5 is 55. Plus 10, so 15. So 65. 80. At 130, he's going to get 100 fire. And then it's going to give you 20% affinity to Sword and Odachi, or whatever 2 you have. And... is it 85? Yeah. Or is it 50 plus 15 is 65. 75. And then, yeah, it is 85. You are correct. 85? Yeah, whatever. And then it gives you 5 crit and durability reduction, the good stuff. Yeah, it's on 100 at 130, yeah. And max SP, attack speed, all that cool stuff. So that's really cool. Comes with an extra ornamentation slot, 35 chakra, but what it also does is this mag also has the hidden like Cielo bonus at a lesser rate. This one's going to increase your damage less than Cielo, I think, I hope. I'm not really sure, but when you're in the Yogg dungeons, these mags will increase your damage a little bit. I think it might be either 5 million or 3 million, something like that. I'm not really sure, but they do have that extra bonus, and they have a damage multiplier on them. They're really good mags, really awesome. It's just a shame that they take so much Neon Koropan spending to get, but if that's what you're into and you got the stuff, or maybe you're just trying to get Vanguards and you have it anyway, these mags are really awesome for Yogg and outside of Yogg, because what's better than getting like 100 element and like 20 and a damage multiplier? That'd be awesome. Oh, they are like Cielo. Okay, that's what I thought the basic ones was 1.5, but 5 mil. So it's the same as the Cielo. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. Maybe. I think he'll name it something else from like a movie or something, or maybe he might call it like something from Metal Gear. Yeah. So same as Cielo. That's good to know. So there is the Cielo route to doing a lot more damage, and then there's these mags too. So those are really cool to consider. 22 million to craft them, so they're not cheap. Wow. An hour and 20 minutes. We haven't crashed. This is great. So what have we talked about in short? We talked about incenses being back, other sides being fixed. We talked about Cielo Mag. We talked about non-Corrupon mags. We talked about ornamentations. We talked about you can trade teeth and eggs over on alts. Yeah, we talked about that. That you can just either give yourself Natto or run it on your alts and buy the teeth every day and trade for eggs. Completely up to you what method you want to do. It only costs like 1 OC to trade Natto, so it's not that bad. First between the twin sword or the staff? It's really up to you. Other side staff is really awesome. I'm really glad mine came out with like really good skills that I wanted. I made it like in this exact place. It's weird to be here. Like there's no one here. Yet 5 months ago there was like everyone here. Yeah, you can get a lot of points, or you can just do Mangoku. It's really up to you. Really up to you. Okay, so last thing we're going to really address, or next thing, I don't know if it's last or next, depends whenever the game wants it to see me. So depending on what vanguards you have unlocked on your character, you're going to get special bonuses when you run the Yogg dungeon. So if you watched any of my gameplay or streams of me and my friends running Yogg, you'll notice that when I get a clear, I get, you know, X amount of Natto, and then it's going to give me like one extra horn, one extra pedestal, or not pedestal, one extra horn, one extra tentacle, and then one extra wing and one extra curse of prophecy or whatever. It gives me like 4 extra drops. So why do I get those extra drops? I get the extra normal drops because I have Oberon, my Raijin, and I'll get those extra drops because I have Kirin activated on my console. It's going to be 1 resurrection, 2 first aids. Cool. So because I have Kirin and Raijin unlocked, I get extra drops every run. If I'm wearing Prodigal mags or Purgatory mags or Heaven mags or even a mod or probably even Cielo at this point, it might do it too. If you're wearing those mags, you get extra drops as you run. I don't know about Cielo, but I know the others do. I don't think Cielo does. It wasn't on a list that Sand gave me, but they will increase your drops a little bit. Like if you have mod and the non-Corrupon mags, they're going to increase the Natto you get every run, and they're going to give you extra of the normal drops. So Fujin and Raijin give you extra normal drops. Having Kirin unlocked gets you extra hard drops, and if you have Houou unlocked, you're going to get extra crystals and hell drops. So crystals and the other drop, which I can never remember what the other drop is called. Eyeball maybe? It's probably Eyeball and Crystal. Those are the last 2, I believe. So it's not Cielo. Interesting. It's really interesting. And then if you have Maida, you're going to get 2 to everything. So if you have 1 Maida Toshi unlocked, you're going to get every run, you're going to get 2 extra of the normal drops, hard drops, hell drops, and like 40 extra Natto if you're on hell, 20 if you're on normal, and like 40 if you're on hard, something like that. You're going to get all this extra stuff. So the game gives extra bonuses if you have these vanguards. So if you've been wondering why you get bonus stuff and your friends don't, or vice versa, that is why. I'm kind of personally tempted to roll the limited Neans, maybe, and see if I can get any of those vanguards to increase my material gaining ability. Sorry, I need some water. I have been talking for like an hour and a half, and I have not had a drink of liquid all day. Oh my god, I am not a good little canary. Ugh. Much better. That's true. You're right, San. You're absolutely right. That's our next thing we got to talk about. So I can't go to Onigashima. I guarantee it, I can't go to Onigashima, okay? I guarantee it, I can't go. But I'm glad you brought that up. So, yes, it would give me extra Yozurus at a discounted price, which would be awesome because it would let me trade in for 1 Maida if I wanted to. But I don't know how I feel about that because that would actually put me over the Yozuru threshold. To letting me get a free scroll of anyone I want. But usually I would do that after. And I always said I'd get Dark Miyamoto because I want my 5th Miyamoto scroll, but you never know. But yes, if you roll the discounted limited Nian in the non-Koropon, I'll pull that up right now, you will get Yozurus at a discounted price if you want to think of it like that. So, you know, we'll just show Yozurus for 3 seconds. So, if you look at this, like the regular unit, you see Maida comes with a Yozuru ticket. Every time, anytime you get anything in these lineups, it's going to come with a Yozuru. Like, I think it's everything. You know, Fujin, Raj, even these accessories that come with Yozurus, the mags come with Yozurus, the sublimes come with Yozurus. Generally, you get 1 Yozuru every $4 you spend, because even the blue drops come with Yozurus. Yeah, hey Tyler, welcome. So, everything you get in here comes with a Yozuru ticket. So that means, generally, every 160 OC, or, you know, $4 a ball, or what even is 160 divided by 5? Like 3? No. I don't even know. Oh, there's actually a number for that, but generally it's a... Fuck, I can't math. I can't even estimate this. I can't do anything. Yeah, it's 120 OC. It is 50 spins though, sure, but it's at a discounted rate, and you get better stuff. But I'm just trying to math because I can't math right now. 160 divided by 5 is 32. You save 80 cents per roll. Okay, cool. All right, so you get to save 80 cents on everything. Yeah, 150-ish bucks for regular. Yeah, it is about 500 something if you wanted regular. If you wanted all your Yozurus from one thing. But generally, you're saving OC if you roll this unit. But it comes with Yozurus, so you can get Yozurus at that discounted price, which is a really good method. Yeah, it is a lot. But then, if we look at the rate for Yozurus under the 120, because what I'm talking about is the limited discount one, which there are 2 units of, which you can spend each 50 times, and they go for 120 for a 5-star roll. So 120 divided by 5 is 24. So instead of paying 32, you're paying 24. So you're paying $2.40 per Yozuru instead of $4, which is a lot. It's actually a lot of OC you save. So then multiply 24 by 50, and it's about 120 bucks to fill out the unit. So 120 bucks instead of 160 bucks, let's say, for the same amount. So you save $40 by switching to limited unit, you know. So that's pretty cool. You're getting extra stuff. So if you wanted to spend that 160 anyway, then, you know, you're making a saving. You know, and out of all those rolls, yeah, it would be 240 if you did both. Yeah. It would be 240 bucks to roll both. So it's within that 250 threshold that most people spend. So, yeah, that's there. So that means, you know, Yozurus, you can get them cheaper. It's awesome. You're paying 2.4 instead of 4. Don't go full retard. You're about to go full retard. All right. Cool. How are you going to go full retard? Never go full retard. You got to go like 75% retard. You want me to spin? Roll. You telling me to spin, or you telling Randale to spin? But where I'm going with all this information is the black cat. Oh, me. Okay, well, I probably will. Don't spoil that. I have to time you out. Damn, that'd be cool. Where was I going with this? So the black cat, the Yozuru exchange ticket cat in Onigashima, Don't buy the all weapon. You retarded. No, it's just a joke, Eva. I'm just playing. I would never time you out. So basically, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the black cat. Of course, you're gonna tell him to do it. You little devil. You did. It's true. But the black cat. These scrolls right now, we thought you only got like one free scroll from the Yozuru ticket because no one really bought anything. But it turns out that but when you get a scroll with Yozuru tickets from the black cat, it replenishes itself. Like if you come back in 5 minutes, that scroll comes back. So I think you're gonna get a sword. I really think you're gonna get a sword. I know one person today who got they bought 2 random weapons. I'm like, why? And they got a spear and a staff, I think. Yeah, we never got that campaign. They'd be like, you guys all got like 1,000 free OC. Y'all can go shut up. You can go spend that. We gave y'all $100. You don't need a free scroll. But yeah, they never did. True. But yeah, so if you can get discounted Yozurus using this method, you know, you're getting 100 Yozuru. Fuck, that's not a lot. It is a lot. You're basically getting, if you buy out both limited units, you're getting 100 Yozuru tickets because it is 50 spins. So if you did both, you're going to get that many Yozurus. And that's essentially equivalent to 2 legendary gacha tickets. I don't even know if Meta's in the legendary, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Generally, new Vanguards are not in the legendary right away. They are not. Houou and Meta are not in the legendary. But Houou and Meta are in the exchange shop for the first time ever. So that's interesting. But that is 100 free, not free, but 100 discounted Yozurus that you normally be paying $160 for, or or $300 for. Fuck it, $320 for. Because if you think of 16 times 2 times 100, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. So a lot of good Yozurus. So that's really, really cool. So keeping that in mind, if you're one of those people that manage to have like 4 Houous, you need that 5th scroll, or 4 Metas, you need that 5th Meta, you know, you can do that. Is there a way to get Vanguards without having to roll? There is, but that you're getting very like low grade Vanguards. Like you can buy Izuna and Genai in the shop for 50 OC a piece. So for $25 or $20, you get you get Genai, and for $20 you can get Izuna, and if you do their quests in Kyoto, you get a free scroll. They're the only real free Vanguards you can get, and you can get a free Parvis if you do her quest. So Parvis, Genai, Izuna, that's it. And then when Hound Dog comes to PS4, US, you can get a free Hound Dog as well. Other than that, you can spin with free OC. True, but it is very unlikely. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what we can do. And I'm going to try and spin one of the units. I thought about doing this, and I kind of want to do it. So we're going to see if the game will even let me, you know, charge anything. Because I know the whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, Oro's always like, oh, let's see if it lets me charge. Then it lets him get charged, and it's like, oh man, he's always joking. He's like made of money. He knows everything. Now, I just got like $200 from YouTube for making videos, so I'm like, I'm going to use that. So, that's always fun. I'm going to do it the smart way, and I'm going to buy 2 sets of 500 because premiums are useless right now. So. Alright, so 515 OC was added. That's paid OC, and that matters. Except Oro getting 2 lands and meat. That was like the one rarest thing, yeah. We don't do Kaga Castle? I don't know if we have a Kaga. I can't leave. Thank you for the luck, but I can't leave. I'll crash if I leave. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I cannot leave. Yeah, let's get that 5 meters. Let's go. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. So let's see what happens. We put in the 50. We're going to roll the 50 first. And then if we need to, we'll put more in. I don't know what unit to roll. I really don't. The limited, of course. This one has the Purgatories, Houou, Sublimes, Spirit Blast. Holy shit, that's it, huh? I honestly don't know if I want to roll this one or the other one. Because I would love to get like a Kieran accessory. Like, I'm weird. I'm really weird. I don't want to get any accessories. I just like Kieran. Like, I do. I don't want to see another like Toshi come up. Like, I do, but I don't. But fuck. But basically, we're trying to get metas for in Houou. If I can get a meta and a Houou and a Fujin and no Kirans, then this will be good. So we're gonna do the magic. Click on the Vanguard you want and then roll and see what happens. Coolio. So here we go. Wish me luck, people. Limited thing. How's it gonna go? I'm kind of really nervous. Really? Really? What the fuck? Jesus Christ, I hate this. No way. No way. I thought they didn't do that anymore. I thought if you put in money, you didn't get that. That's gay. That's gay. I am in, I'm not in Kumaso, I'm in Yamatai Koku? That's disgusting. I didn't think that could happen. Wow. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's not free OC. That was horrible. Don't even start. Don't start with that. That's ridiculous. I'm in Izumo, not Yamatai Koku. I'm in Izumo. Because that's where I wound up. I'll try to go into Susanoo. That's my spot. Where is he? He's over here. If the game will let me, I'll try. In the shed. No, I can't go anywhere. I'll crash. Damn. Holy shit. I managed to go somewhere without crashing. Hello. Alright, let's try again. That hit me with such a surprise that I'm not even mad. I'm just like, the fuck? Like, I'm just like, the fuck? Really? Like, what? Like, I'm not as salty as when I rolled last time. God damn. This one. That's what we're doing. So let's try again. Thank you. Double sevens. Let's go. Can you just show me the love? A blue. Oh my god. I thought double win rate was good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, what is a gold? What is a silver? Hey, that's a gold. Cool. Don't be Toshi. I'll kill you. Okay, I win, man. Heaven, man. Cool. Something happened. That roll. Something happened for sure. Yeah. I don't know. Double sevens again. Here we go. Here's all the luck right here. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I love it when double sevens matter. Holy shit. That's a silver. I thought it was a platinum. Rock shattering. And a ew. That's gross. Don't start with me. You know that's shitty. You know it. Wow. It is very ew. Try the other one? Well, let's see what this double seven gives me, and then we'll see. He is lucky. He's got a lot of stuff. Oh my god. This is disgusting. A gold. Okay. Well, I don't know what it's for, but I got one. Ew. Ew. Get those eyes out of here. I don't even think I can roll it, to be honest. I can't. I'm down by 3 OC. Double win rate is a huge ass lie. And the thing is, like, that was 4 of it. Like, ew. Like, you'd expect to see something. Like, there's no red balls in the unit. I mean, the golds certainly show up a lot more than in free, but holy shit, guys. What the fuck? So what do you think? Should I put more in or not and just say fuck it? What do you think? $150, that's a bunch. We'll see. And y'all know why I put 50 instead of 100? What? Let you roll 100. Double down. Itsumi Hitomi. Aurelia is so beautiful. Hey Tyler. So you want to roll 1000 OC. Nah? Good luck? You sure? Alright. You're gonna do the special pray. Me too. I know, that's what I haven't done. I haven't prayed for rolling in a while. I used to usually pray good stuff happens. So let me do that. Alright. So let's try again. We're gonna try this one this time with the worst accessories and stuff. I did the other day, like I told the whole story, like in the 130 video, like it's all right there, and it's a long story, and it would kind of change the mood of what we're doing right now. Maybe. I'm gonna click on Houou. We're gonna see what happens. Alright, double gold. You know what that means. Good stuff. A green. Okay, it's better than starting with a blue. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. Ew. My jaw is just like dropping right now. It's just like falling. Ho ho. Damn, like what is this? What? Stop, 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 stop. Yeah. True. There is no way. Maybe. I mean, that you never know. That is kind of true, yeah. I missed the one where everything costs 80. That was the best. I missed that unit. What am I going to save it on? Like, what am I going to use it on? Yeah, when we had that gratitude one, that one was good. How many rolls did we do? Well, we did 60 bucks worth of rolls, that's right. True. Let me see. Inventory. I am home. Ew, tickets. I have enough tickets now to get any Vanguard. Good call. Torn piece. Oh, I got extra buds and flores. Cool. Or no, I got extra of these. I wonder, did I get the spear one? What mags did I get? Oh, I got an axe and spear. Wait, they were both axe and spear? There's no way. Oh wait, axe and spear. Holy shit, they were both axe and spear. I didn't have spear before. Cool. It's not much affinity, but it's cool. It's actually like no affinity at all. She is. It is a shame that, like, even though, like, I rolled all the free OC and got, like, 1 platinum, I roll a lot of paid OC and it's still nothing. Maybe they're like, Oro, you spent too much. You've made too many videos. You'll be my maida? You'll wear the cat ears for me? Alright, you'll increase my drops for sure. I was really hoping that the unit would just shit out platinums, honestly. My friends all got good stuff, but not I. Yeah, yay. Pet, pet, pet. Oh, you put on cat ears, look at you. This is my maida. I knew she'd say that. I am. 2-hour stream? What the hell is this? Shitty rolls though, that's for sure. Too many cats. You know, I forgot how much OC it was to roll. Like, even though it's discounted, it's still a fuck ton. Like, $50 gone in 2 seconds, man. That's crazy. Well, there is the purple dress you can get from the Neon Core, or the Point Daruma. That's a mad collapsing. Eva, you know what we should do? We should go test Blitz Tiamat. See if they fixed them. How much is it? I'm not sure. I don't really know. They have infinite SP. Yeah, Oni Blitz Tiamat. We should go see if it works. Triple lunge step? What the hell? Okay. So once Eva is done, I got more sublimes rolling the normal one than I did this one. I got none. I got one. But once Eva's done working, we're gonna test Blitz Tiamat, so I'll probably end the stream here at 2 hours. You can't actually go because Oni mode is, you have to complete normal, hard, and hell first. So sadly you can't go. But I'll probably end the stream here. I'll probably go have some lunch because I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm gonna make some chicken strip wraps with some cheese and stuff on it. Pretty good. And we'll probably come back later and test some Blitz Tiamat. We'll go do some of that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. Nice 2-hour morning stream with Oro. Learned some stuff. I'm really glad they fixed the other side. We talked about Cielo. We talked about Gawain. We talked about exchange shops. Talked about a lot of stuff. I think the stream went pretty well for, you know, unscripted 2 hours of me talking. You know, I could have talked about a lot of other things. You may be there. Sure. I mean, well, we can use extra hands. So about 10-15 minutes, we'll start up the stream again. And we're going to test Blitz Tiamat to see if they fix his rewards, but I really doubt it. I also feel like Cyberstep is the type to just secretly fix Blitz Tiamat, but not tell anyone that it was broken. Like, they'll fix it and never acknowledge that it was broken. Like, I feel like they'd do that. Be like, oh yeah, it's like, it's fixed. It's like, it was never broken. It's like, they'll do an update, and it's like, Blitz Tiamat is here, and it's like, it has been here. But you never know. So later today, I'm probably, after login, I'm gonna grab my Cielo recipe, and then I'm gonna get that today. And then the next of my eggs is going to be going towards another weapon. And then I'm going to get another Mastery Mag. And then I'll probably make the Cielo this week sometime. Tiamat's in like Chifuri. Let me see this. Oh, okay, these are my egg ones. So if I do 50 more normals, I'm getting 3 eggs. Okay. If I do 75 more hards, I get 5 eggs. And if I do 15 more hells, I'm getting my 10 eggs. So there's the other side weapon right there. Whew, that'll probably get done today, depending who's on and who runs. So that's going to be good, for sure. Oh, I'm almost at that band-aid, actually. Then I still got to do my normals for the day. Or my Vanguard ones. Alright. So that's going to be it for this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you after lunch. What's my Orna on Dark Mastery Spear? Damn, Eva. I was there. We and you did it. We gotta do more. You could use the help with the party. I mean, we all could. Like, I can't exactly carry the party. Like, if Cielo Mag lets me, and it lets me do really good damage, then, you know, that could change a lot of things. So I'm really hoping I can get that. And if it makes me that powerful, then that'll be awesome. But party hell is definitely something you need a dedicated team for. Like, even if you're just like, a lot of times, like, when we run it, like if it's me and Lyra and we need like people, like usually it's me, Lyra, and Shiro that go congelation. And what we do is we go and we pick up some people that have like Invig and Rapid, or Invig, Rapid, Extend Heal, things like that, support that we need when we're in the boss fight. We'll pick people up and we'll bring people along. It's like, yeah, you got this stuff, like come on down. Like, it's something that we actually need a support for, and it happens. But it's not something I can just be like, okay, I'm 130 right now, I'm gonna go carry this and do all this stuff. And I think you should build up a Sin, yeah. Especially for this update, Sin's fantastic. Of course, Eva, you can come. Always. The invitation is always open to you. Absolutely. I think you and I could beat Hell. If I take out the yellow, or if you take out the yellow one and I take out the red one, we're good. Honestly, we could definitely destroy it. Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I know. That's a sin. We should probably do some later. Get some hells in. Like, our hells might take us like 10 minutes, I want to say. Probably do it in about 10 minutes. But that's 10 minutes we get to spend together, yelling and raging, and if it means we get to do it 100 times and you get a shit ton of eggs, then that's fantastic. That is awesomely fantastic. I know, Botch, I know. I rolled too and I didn't get any luck there at all. Pretty shitty times, for sure. But at least I got my spear thingy, so if I ever got enough balls, I could make it, so that's cool. I could break down my other ones and get more balls. Okay, so... I got all the balls now. Yep. All the balls. That's a lot of SP. Is it really that much SP you get back? Okay, so I have 975. I get about over 100. I get about 111 every time my SP comes back. So I get 111 SP, but I only have like 25 wisdom. PC's getting Hound Dog again? What? What? Whoa, they're running out of updates for sure. That's a lot of wisdom. Oh, I got a YouTube comment. I hope it's educational. Oh. I'm gonna have to go break this guy's bubble. This guy asked me if it's possible to get a Katsukiyami on normal. The L Omen of Doom is a sin. Yeah, it's the L Omen of Doom sin. What? No, it goes L and then L sin. If you're looking at the Ogi is called sin because it's just rank 5, rank 6. That's all they did. There it is, Katsukiyami on the wiki. Does it drop on normal? Technically. How come I can't spell words? What the fuck did I just do? There we go. But the recipe says... What? But the recipe I have says El Omen of Doom. Yeah. It goes El Omen of Doom. Yeah, it's the El Omen of Doom. So it goes Omen of Doom, Omen of Doom Star, Omen of Doom Cross, then L, so Lucifer, Omen of Doom, and then Lucifer, Omen of Doom, Sin is the final form. So El Sin, as we call it. So the 118 is El Omen of Doom, the 120 is El Omen of Doom Sin. For sure. You are confusion indeed. Alright, so for real this time, I'm gonna go have my lunch. I am hungry, and we'll be back in a little bit to test out Blitz Tiamat to see if they fixed it or not. So bye guys, see you later.